Blog Talk Radio.
What time is it?
WH Radio.
We are the best in the world at what we do.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, at WH Radio. You got Skits, and now I'm live here with Oscar and Tom. What is going on, gentlemen?
What's going on?
What's going on, man? Just fucking watched another great AJ Styles and Okada match, but we could talk about New Japan later on.
Yeah, definitely. Today we actually have a special guest, a good friend of ours, our boy, the New Age Punisher, B-Boy. What's going on, man?
What's going on, fellas?
Man, it's good, man.
I try to be all sexy on. I try to be sexy on that intro real quick.
I know me myself. I haven't seen you in a while because I haven't been to any AWS shows lately, but I'm sure we'll be there on Friday.
Oh, awesome! I know. I always ask Oscar where the fuck is Skits at, and you're always working and shit.
Yeah, you know, your boy got to make this bread out here, you know.
I know,
Yeah.
living out in Cali.
Yeah, and then freaking Kings playoff games, man.
Oh, I hear that, bro. I hear that.
Yeah, now there's no more hockey season. He could come now.
Yeah.
He's off groundation right now. He's not being grounded no more.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, today here on the show, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get into some talk about the AWS Santinos joint show this Friday, which B-Boy will be a part of. He'll be part of the main event, putting his AWS title on the line against Chaos, which that should be something to look forward to. I'm pretty sure we'll get into some other stuff, but let's get this thing started. I'm going to go ahead and give the first question to our boy Tom, because Tom has never really got to talk to B-Boy, so I'm giving him the mic. Go for it, man.
All right.
Yeah, B-Boy, thanks for coming on. Big fan of yours, not to sound like a kiss ass, but seeing a lot of your PWG stuff, and of course being on the East Coast, your CZW stuff. Crazy stuff you did back in the day. Actually,
yeah.
I wanted to know, you haven't been over here on the East Coast for some CZW in a while. What's up with that?
That's actually a good question. DJ and myself have been talking, I think, since probably like last year on bringing me out. But it's just a matter of money, I guess. I mean, that's what he always keeps telling me and everything like that. A lot of people are saying that he's trying to fade me. A lot of people are trying to say certain things like that. But, I mean, ultimately, it's like I know he's interested. I've gotten nothing but, like, feedback from fans that want me back out there. So I'm hoping to come out there pretty shortly. It's just a matter of when's the right timing, I'm guessing.
Now, do you think, ever since you left, DJ Hyde is kind of not transformed, but he's re-envisioned the CZW name. It's there's still some hardcore in there and still some death matches, but it's more of a regular wrestling style. Do you think you'd be able to fit in with that new style that DJ has?
It's actually kind of DJ, I believe, has been doing a real good job. Mending certain connections and everything like that. And I think the talent that he's bringing in right now is pretty damn good. It reminded me when, like in 2004, 2005, when like Hero and AJ and all those other guys first started coming to CCW and all the rest of that stuff. I mean, I don't think he re-envisioned it. I think more or less he's going off the guidelines of what happened before. And right now, I hate to say it, but, like deathmatch wrestling right now isn't as popular as it once was. I think when it comes down to the wrestling aspect, I mean, because wrestling is like such a hit right now, and it's very trendy even with casual fans, that that I believe that's why he decided to do it, which is smart. But to answer your question about if I would fit in there, I definitely think I would fit in there. All the people that he uses are people that do fit my style, and I'm one of the guys that could adapt to any match too. So it's like, it's just a matter of just getting out there, man. But I mean, to answer your question, I wouldn't see why I wouldn't fit there, you know.
Yeah,
Keep
man.
on going, Skip. I'm throwing it over to you.
I'll go ahead and take the next question. My question is, well, you carry multiple titles in your career. My question is, what's your favorite run out of all the titles that you carry with your career?
Yeah, man, I can't even count how many titles I've held in like this amount of time, and I'm not trying to be egotistical or anything like that, but like, there's been a couple rides that I actually like. Some have only had like short stints. First and foremost, though, I'm actually really enjoying my ride as the AWS champion right now, for the simple fact that for every month, Bart has been bringing in somebody that he's built up, or he's been bringing up more and different matches with myself than probably any other promotion. He's bringing fresh matches up, and like, he has me on this ride, and I'm just rolling with it. But I mean, like, when I go to an AWS show, I'm definitely always looking forward to my match, because like, the guys that he has been giving me, I'm looking forward to working with them. Another one will probably be CZW, and even though I was only the champ there probably for like 2 weeks or anything, because I was a transition champ to Mox at the time, it was just it was almost like a full circle thing, because I was busting my ass for the company for almost 8 years and everything like that. So it was like something that I hold dearly, and it was like it definitely was an emotional moment, just for the simple fact that, you know, all the years that I busted, they repaid me just for that one night, and I wouldn't trade that for the world too, you know. I mean, but those are a couple for sure that come to mind right now.
Yeah, I know with you as the AWS champ, one of the matches that I definitely enjoy is the one with you and Rocky. I'm hoping that Rocky and you can kind of have a little feud, maybe in the future in AWS, because I was definitely feeling the match with you, Rocky, and Drake Younger not so long ago, which is probably one of my favorite matches as you as the AWS champ. But let's see what happens, though.
Yeah, man, I'm actually, like, when it comes down to challenges and stuff like that, I'm really excited about possible scenarios and everything like that. And me and Rock go back a very long time, and the feud could actually potentially be very, 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 very good, and it's definitely possible in the future. And he's definitely one guy that I definitely want to come full circle with again. And he'd be a good challenger, man. I think it would just be good on paper, and the match would be good. I mean, it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead, Usher.
All right, before I want to ask you my question, I just want to let us know, hey, you can, if you guys have a question for B-Boy, tweet us at WrestlingHeads or call us up at 760-454-1107. Yeah, just ask him anything. You can ask him about the San Diego Chargers. Go for it. But anyways, before I ask you my question, I just want to say, if you do come back to CCW, you got to bring Willie. And I know Willie's not on today, but Skits, is it okay I can say the name?
I don't know what you're talking about. We'll go for it.
Come on, man. Come on. Okay. I like to see the realest niggas against the juicy product, if that's possible. But it takes some tag team belts. We have too many tag belts anyway, so.
You know what? I've heard nothing but good things about juicy product. So.
Hell yeah,
product. I love you guys.
Yeah, I love them. Shout out to JC Gunn, by the way. My question I want to ask you, this Friday you're going against Chaos, and according to Bart, this is the first time you guys are getting it on, and you guys you both have decade-plus careers. How can you prepare someone like Chaos, who just like you has a decade career plus, and you've never been in the ring with him? You know, you've been in the ring with guys who that's really good or green, but how can you prepare someone like Chaos, who you've never been in the ring with that decade plus career?
Well, you know, it's actually it's always talked about that Chaos and myself should always have a match. And back in the day, you wouldn't see myself or Frankie Kazarian or, you know, other guys like that in XPW, and you wouldn't see XPW guys working anywhere else but XPW. I mean, just that's how it was, because back in the day in SoCal, it was very segregated, and I was one of the guys that kept on working everywhere. So it's a match that I've always wanted and always wanted to test myself because Chaos is somebody who's been in it, I think 18 or 19 years. I mean, he started when he was very, very young. Yeah. And to a game plan going in, man, it's like the way that I see things is that a game plan could always be set, but once you get hit, the game plan's out the window. You know what I mean? So, I'm just going in there defending my title, and, you know, the better man will win that night, whether it be Chaos or myself. And, if I am the one that gets defeated, and I'll still hold up my head high and everything like that. I mean, it's like I said, man, it's a match that I've been wanting for a very long time. And I think he's definitely going to be the biggest test that I've had as an AWS champion.
Yeah, I agree 100% about that test part. That's test right there. You know, probably the best XPW television champion in that company's history. You know, I've been watching him since back in those days. So I just can't wait to check out this match, and I'm looking forward to having a good match. And I'm going to be yelling and screaming like always. Yeah, I just can't wait for Friday, man. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, and champ or not, we're gonna celebrate the after party. You know how it is.
You already know it. You already know how we get down, and your whiskey and your drinks.
No, that's what I'm talking about, Skids.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna pass it to Tom. Go ahead, Tom.
All right. Well, my next question, kind of going away from AWS because I'm not too familiar with it, even though Oscar and Skits are getting me more involved with the people in there. But my question is for a company that I think a lot of people know you for PWG. They're celebrating their 11th anniversary this weekend. What has been your fondest memory in PWG?
One of my memories, there's actually a couple, man. I was there when it first started. But one of my fondest memories is actually me and Homicide tagged up for the very first Tango Cash Invitational, which was basically a tag tournament that they kind of reinvented to DDT, I think it is. And from there, it was like a 2-day tournament, and Homicide and myself have never tagged at that point. And Super Dragon came up with the idea of us tagging, and it came out that me and him won the titles. And that's probably one of my fondest moments. But another one is that when I left to Philadelphia and I was gone for a certain amount of time, when I came back to PWG, the majority of the fans were really excited to see me, and just knowing that that I left and came back, and just feeling the fans' love just coming back and everything like that was definitely one of the fondest memories that I do have. I mean, nowadays, I know there's some fans that don't like me there, and I'm not their cup of tea and all the rest of that shit. But I mean, to be honest, it's but it's well, you got to understand, man. In this day and age, there's so many great athletes, you know what I mean, that are in PWG, and I consider myself just somebody that's out of the norm, especially what you see at PWG nowadays. And I've come to realize that, but I accept that. You know what I mean? And the thing is that I know I can go out there and have a good match with any of these athletes, any of the guys that are high on the food chain right now. But I'm not really given the opportunity for some reason. And I don't, it gets me a little butthurt, because maybe it could be a confidence issue with, PWG not giving me these opportunities. However, I'm perfectly fine going there because I love working for them and I love working the talent that's there. And, I go back a long ways with all these guys. I mean, PWG fans are the best fans on the planet. And, but I mean, other than that, man, those were the fondest memories, and I'm really excited, hopefully, to get that call back or, to get an email letting me know that whenever I'm going to be on the show.
I think you will, Even someone who's not from Southern Cali, I can definitely tell that people just love seeing you go out there and, just beat the shit out of someone, elbow the shit out of someone.
Yeah. I think it's like I said, man, the times have changed, man. The way that I wrestle, I haven't changed the way that I've wrestled since I started. And everybody wants to see, the crazy shit, and that's all good. But I guarantee you that if I hit you, it's going to get the same reaction,
Yeah, well, I think a lot of more American audiences are kind of learning the strong style, Japanese style, which, you are, I wouldn't say you get that kind of vibe from you, but, you're going out there and you're, double stomping people in the corner, you're elbowing Peter Avalon until he's, outside. Mm-hmm. And I think people still enjoy that as much as the high-flying, crazy shit that you see in PWG.
No, absolutely. I mean, and mind you, this isn't a knock on the talent or, this isn't a knock on the talent or the company because, to be honest, all the talent that's there is the best in the world, and the company is the best independent in the world, too. You know what I mean? I just think I think it's good to, I always think that it's good to change it up, and I also believe that you should always have someone that is outside of the norm from what you're seeing, because it's going to be something different on the show either way. So, I mean, that's my philosophy, so to speak.
Yeah, it would make sense. You don't want to keep seeing the same stuff, and especially since more independent wrestling companies are kind of doing the same thing with that high flying thing. You want to mix it up and add variety into that show. You don't want to keep it the same thing that you could see in another company.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, so he kind of took my question, but it's all good. I have another one. Okay, I wanted to ask, because I've heard a lot of stuff about the seminar that you just had. I heard a couple guys got headbutted.
No.
Can you tell us about your seminar? Like, how was it?
My humbling experience for myself to have like 15 to 17 guys and girls there, and some are workers already. To be there and actually pay money to like just listen to me like talk and teach and just pass on a little bit of knowledge that could potentially help them and stuff like that. It was very like it was surreal to me, you know what I mean? Because I don't consider myself anybody, you know what I mean? If anything, I'm just one of the boys and everything like that. I've never considered myself better than anybody. I don't consider myself like anything like that. So it was like a real humbling and surreal experience. I mean, it just makes me, I don't know, it just makes me kind of happy that, maybe I, like, it made me excited for it, But to answer your question, it was, I wouldn't say, like, I mean, there were some physical parts to the seminar, and there was a little blow-up stuff and everything like that. But other than that, I'm sure all the students and the people that were at the seminar actually had a good time, because they all were like smiling, and they seemed very receptive of me being there. And considering all the headbutts and stuff, I mean, my whole big thing, I don't know, I think Oscar knows this, and I'm pretty sure Skits, you know this too, it's like when we all drink and we have a good time and everything, I mean, there's a bunch of testosterone that happens even with girls and shit like that to see how hard I hit and everything like that. You know what I mean? So there was a couple of headbutts that were dished out, you know. But I mean, other than that, it was all for fun and games too.
Yeah, definitely, man. Go ahead, Oscar.
Yeah, I want to ask you. My next question I want to ask you. I remember the last time we had you on here. We were talking about a former foe of yours, John Moxley, aka now we know him as Dean Ambrose.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you watched the product lately, but he's no longer in the Shield. He's back to the old way that we all remember him as John Moxley with the jacket on and everything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to ask you about him. I know you know him really well, but it seems like he adapted his character more to a PG part, like what we used to see him back in the day. You know, the cursing went down, everything went down. How difficult you think it was difficult from him to adapt that style now that, you know, he's part of a PG product, or you think it was something that he could have figured out easily from him? I mean, easily.
Well, when you see Ambrose, the way that he wrestles, the way that how crazy he looks, and I have seen the product lately and everything like that. That's Moxley. That's completely Moxley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is completely John Moxley. Mox is one of those guys, man, that just has it, dude. I mean, he can adapt to any situation. He's one of probably the best outside the norm guys that you would ever see on TV. I mean, he's like a Roddy Piper, fucking Brian Pillman type character, and he plays it perfect because that's the type of character that he played before. Mind you, it is like a PG-13 type situation and everything like that. But I mean, John, the dude, he's that good to make it look that easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I was saying the same thing when he first was like, oh, shit, it's John Moxley. Fuck Dean Ambrose, it's John Moxley, you know? I mean, It just gave me memories back in, 05 through fucking whenever he signed 11 or whatever. But I was like, God damn, man. Where's B-Boy to fuck him up? Yeah.
Oh, man, it was good, man.
Yeah, it was good times, good CCW memories there. But, yeah. I'm going to pass it on to Tom.
My next question, it was kind of going back to your seminar. What do you think nowadays is the most important thing to teach to aspiring wrestlers in this day and age?
You know, that's actually a really good question. One of the first things before we even got in the ring, one of the first things I told the wrestlers is, and, you know, the aspiring wrestlers and the students, was to be very grateful for the opportunity that was given to them, because wrestling is supposed to be closed off, and Santinos and other schools gave them a gateway to fulfill the dream, and a lot of people that are wrestlers forget where they come from. One thing that I always tell people is to be very grateful for just, you know, being in a new type of brotherhood and a new type of scenario and everything like that, because a lot of people forget, man. I always tell them, you know, etiquette and working hard and everything like that, because I was one of the guys that it took a while for me to get seen, but a lot of hard work pays off. And if you keep on doing hard work, and if you're having good matches and you're being consistent, which is a major thing, you're bound to get noticed no matter what. Those were the one things. Those are the couple things that I did tell the kids and everything like that. And I mean, a lot of people kind of just get discouraged when it comes to wrestling. And one major thing that I also said was, wrestling, to become a wrestler, there has to be a lot of sacrifices in life. You're going to sacrifice a lot of things, and you have to be willing to do it. And a lot of people think they are, but they're not able to do it, you know. I think also just having the basics and fundamentals, because, I mean, you could go out there and you could flip around and everything like that, but It doesn't, and it's good for the eye. You know what I mean? For fans to see it. But like if you don't know your basics and you don't know how to structure a match and everything like that, it just looks like a clusterfuck. You know what I mean? So I mean, those were the couple tidbits that I told them.
Do you think that in this day and age that people that are going into the wrestling business now have the mindset that, okay, if I don't make it to the WWE, then I failed. Then I failed in doing this, and that it was kind of all for nothing? Because obviously I think mostly every wrestler wants to get to the WWE to make that good money, to, get on that national stage. And, I've seen interviews, from unknown, independent wrestlers to guys like Nigel McGuinness, who was so discouraged, not making it to the WWE, and he felt like he failed his whole career because he didn't make it to that stage. Do you think it's that mindset now because WWE is the main company?
Well, what I think with the whole situation is that I think going in to wrestling, well, first and foremost, it's way entirely too easy to get in this business now. Way entirely too easy. There's a lot of people that maybe go into training that are maybe 2 days into training or maybe into a month's time, and they're already in the ring bumping around. It took me 6 to 7 months to even step foot in a ring. But I believe that everybody should have a goal when it comes to wrestling. Mine was to go overseas and travel. That was my main goal, and to live off wrestling. A lot of people do have the aspirations to go to the Fed, which is like the ultimate goal because, obviously that's what you're kind of raised on. I truly believe that it should be a goal not only to work for, but also, like, my main thing to tell people is that could be your main goal to work for, but the best thing and the very number one goal that you should try to get is experience over anything. Because the experience is the one that's going to help you get to that platform, and it will actually help you in your career, even if you do not go to the Fed. You know what I mean? A lot of people do get discouraged. A lot of people do get discouraged, but it's also one of the things that I was telling you guys earlier. Like, wrestling is all about sacrifices. There's something. All right, I'm going to get all. What's the word? Professor B-Boy right now, and this is something I always go by. You know what I mean? For a star to be born, what is that? A gaseous nebula. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going deep into it. For a star to be born, a gaseous nebula needs to collapse. It needs to die. So what I tell people is that you need to collapse, you need to crumble. But once that happens, a star is born, and then that is your rebirth. You know what I mean? So it's like I always tell people that and everything like that. So to all the discouraging people that might be listening, just don't stop. That's all I tell them.
That's some very good advice. Never even heard it broken down like that. Yeah.
I'm pretty smart, man. I might come off as a thug and shit like that, but I'm pretty smart, man.
B-Boy's the coolest dude ever. He might be one of the coolest wrestlers that I've met. He's definitely top 10. Probably top 5.
Well, I appreciate it.
Give him top 3. Top 3.
I appreciate it, brother.
My next question that I have, who was your biggest mentor getting into the business?
There was actually, I wouldn't say there was a mentor that I had. Granted, I always kept my ears open, my ears were always open and my eyes were always open, and I sponged off everybody. But there was a crew that started about the same time as me, and we all kind of mentored each other. And that crew consisted of myself, Frankie Kazarian, Samoa Joe, TJP, when he was like 14 years old, and Rocky and Ricky Reyes, and Rocky Romero and Ricky Reyes, the Pitbulls. And we all just, we helped each other, you know what I mean? Like, it was really one of those things to where, like, we would push each other, we would help each other, and, I mean, I would say that it wasn't mentors, so to say, but I would say that it was just a bunch of friends that helped each other out.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like a good group of dudes, too. We see where TJ is. We see what Rocky's doing.
Yep.
And, definitely good group of guys there. Go ahead, Oscar.
All right. I want to ask him a non-wrestling question. Because we feel like we're asking too many wrestling questions, but I want to ask him a non-one.
Right.
Football season is just around the corner.
Yes.
I want to ask, what's up with your Chargers this season coming up, and what you expect from them this year?
You know what? To be honest, I'm really looking forward to the Chargers this season. I actually think they're going to win the AFC West. I think they're going to sneak it out of Denver,
really?
To be honest. I really, truly believe they're going to sneak it out of Denver, and I think the Chiefs were just last season. I mean, they kind of blew the wad and everything like that. I just think, believe it or not, the Chargers are very consistent. Granted, it goes a little up and down, but we more than likely always make the playoffs no matter what. Yeah. And I truly see them. I actually do see them winning the AFC West, going into the playoffs. Granted, I don't know how the rest of the teams do look right now, but I have a good feeling about the Chargers this season, and I think they're going to be doing well, man. I mean, they got a couple good signees. They got you know what I mean? They re-signed a couple good ones. I mean, I really think that they're going to be a sleeper team out of the whole conference for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling some people look out for the Chargers because something's telling me the Broncos are going to go down because they lost some receivers, and I don't know. I just got that feeling Peyton Manning's going to have a bad year for some reason. People are going to say, "Oh, you're crazy. That's Peyton Manning," but I just got a feeling, something's not going to be right. They're not going to be the same Broncos as last year. I would agree about the whole guys winning the Chargers winning division, but I just still guys look out for Kansas City though in a way. Even though the quarterback ain't great, they still got that D and they got Jamal Charles. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's still
they got a good running game and they got a good D. But what I noticed about Kansas City is that they're also not very consistent too. Like Jamal Charles is one of those guys that can run 200 yards in a game and then the next game he'll be held to 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I know what I mean. Yeah, and I'm actually planning to go to. I think I told you already in person, but I'm actually planning to go to see the Rams play against the Chargers over there in San Diego week before Thanksgiving. So planning to look into that. So let's see what happens this time. You know,
man.
Last time I went, the freaking Chargers beat the Rams by like points, and that's when you guys had Merriman and Marty Schottenheimer as your coach. You got that team that should have won the Super Bowl. That team beat my Rams team that year. So our Rams team. That Rams team had a whack-ass defense, and you have LT running like 120-something yards on them, so
yeah, dude. There was a couple times that we should have went to the Super Bowl, but shit happens, man. What can you do?
Yeah, I know, right? All right, well, I was like, any Chargers fan, not just you, but any Chargers fan, I'll say good luck, and hope you guys win the division, and I'm expecting to see a good game between those two teams, even though both of those teams are getting, like, all hyped up for this season. Like, oh, watch out for this team, watch out for this team. I'm hearing rumblings for those two teams. We'll just see what happens.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, go ahead, Tom.
Oh man, it's funny being a Giants fan.
You know what? Hang on real quick. I think my phone's going off. Hold on, or my car is going off.
Hey, we're just live on WH Radio, right?
What I was going to say, because I can remember so vividly the Giants and the Chargers trading quarterbacks, Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, and we've gotten 2 Super Bowls, and the Chargers have gotten nothing.
All right,
that's just my take. But I don't hate the Chargers. There's plenty of other teams that I hate with a passion.
Mhm.
probably
all right, I'm back,
including the Broncos. Broncos deserve to get their ass kicked in the Super Bowl.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly.
All right.
Going back into wrestling, hope you don't mind.
No, not at all.
But one of the most interesting things that I found from your career is when you were the PWG Tag Team Champions with Dragon. And you guys were I think you guys were just a kick-ass team there. You know, you guys were beating the shit out of people. You know, people that know Super Dragon knows that he's a man of very few words. What did being, you know, teamed up with Super Dragon teach you to do in the ring? Did he teach you any new things you didn't know? Did he give you, you know, new moves to think of?
You know, tagging with Dragon myself, it was actually something that just kind of came about, to be honest. It just, I think Dragon was, hey, we should tag and everything like that, because, I mean, we were totally different. We didn't look like a tag team. We, the only thing that we had in common was that we beat people up. You know what I mean? But to answer your question and shit like that, I really truly believe learn from each other. Dragon, when he was working, was very open to ideas. He was open to everything like that and everything like that. Like, I think, I know I'm just going to throw this out there, but like, if Dragon ever does come back wrestling, I think just to see how we could, like, it could shake up things, I really believe that Dragon and myself should tag up at G. Just to see how things would be shooken up. You know what I mean? I think it would be very different from what people might be used to saying. But to answer your question, man, I think Dragon and myself just kind of learned from each other, man. I mean, we were always open to ideas and everything like that.
Now, did you kind of not a connection, but I know, you know, Super Dragon was over there in CZW, and you know, he's done some stuff. Obviously, he's had some injuries that have stopped him from wrestling. What is your favorite memory specifically with Super Dragon in any company?
Oh man, you know what's funny is that Dragon and myself had a legit feud that lasted almost 7 years, and we were like one of the first independent feuds that were going on, besides like Low Key and American Dragon and stuff like that. But our feud spanned from the West Coast, it spanned from SoCal to NorCal to the Midwest to the East Coast. Like, we had so many matches everywhere in between. It was unbelievable. But just imagine, like, back in the day, like, it was a 7-year feud that nobody in the business at that time were actually really doing something like that. And, you know, just two guys coming out of SoCal and doing that in other parts of the country, it was unheard of. But to answer your question, I mean, all the matches that I've had with Dragon, I've always been very proud of. I like our CZW in 2002 for Best of the Best. I was really, really proud of that match because we gave CZW something different from what they're accustomed to seeing, which was high flying and hardcore. Dragon and myself basically beat each other up, and we brought the so-called strong style to the East Coast, where a lot of people didn't know how to do it. So that was one of my fondest memories. Is that like in that night, Dragon and myself accomplished something in one night. You know what I mean? And that was probably one of the most fondest memories I have. And I mean, I really am a true believer that, you know, you become successful not only by yourself and how you work, but it's also the guys that you do work. And I credit Dragon for helping me out and making me look good and everything like that, you know. So it's like it was something that was exciting, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, hopefully that answered your question.
Oh yeah, it answered it for sure. And I remember, because I wasn't into CZW back in those days because, I was 9, 10 years old. But as I got older, I'd go back and watch those Best of the Best. And, I discovered Super Dragon, obviously, from PWG, and then I seen him in CCW. And then I saw, a couple of your matches, and I'm like, man, they're just beating the shit out of each other. And, you guys weren't even using weapons or anything, and the crowd was just eating it up. Like, it was the best thing they ever saw.
Yeah. I mean, I like to think, I like to think that because everybody knows what wrestling is nowadays, and I still have the philosophy and the psychology of somebody that actually wants to make wrestling look as real as it can get. You know what I mean? And for years, I've always practiced doing it. You know what I mean? And granted, all this stuff that I all this stuff that I do, whether it's forearms, moves, anything like that, I do it for a reason. And I was one of the first guys to fucking do it on the indies. You know what I mean? And it's really fucking cool, man, that that a lot of people still remember me for that. And it's very humbling, especially with workers nowadays coming up to me and telling me they used to watch me do this and do that. I mean, it's crazy.
That's awesome. And I know definitely Drake Younger was probably influenced by you, because he came into CZW later, and then you guys go into PWG, and he's you're his first matchup there, and then you guys once again you tore the house down. The Reseda crowd loved it, and you guys didn't do weapons or anything, but you guys just beat the shit out of each other.
I think it's always good, and I'm sure maybe Oscar and Skits would agree with this, is that I think it's always good to mix things up. PWG was used to a certain way, and I always tell this story, but when I picked up Drake, and I was like, we need to beat the shit out of each other. We need to give him something different. And you know what I mean? And he was up for it and everything. I mean, I don't take credit for Drake getting his spot on the roster and anything, because that was all Drake. I was just a little part of his debut match. That's all it was. You know what I mean? But what we did is we gave the fans something different. And I think the fans, the majority of the fans actually did enjoy it, and they see me. I guess the fans will see me as that person. You know what I mean? So,
B-Boy, I actually hear people still talk about that match from this day in line when we're waiting to get inside. People still talk about that match from this day. So that match is still definitely people's favorites. I've seen people do blogs, and that match is on their top 10. So that match is definitely one of the top 10 matches out of the 11 years PWG's been around. So
see, it's fucking it kind of does get a little discouraging that some fans, I'm not their cup of tea because they're newer fans. You know what I mean? And they're used to seeing certain things, but it does get a little discouraging when people fans don't want me at a show because they don't think that I'm good enough to be at a show. Well, bottom line is that the reason it gets a little discouraging. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's just okay, well, if that's the way you feel, then that's the way you feel. So.
Yeah.
That's so many fans' philosophies is they don't want to see these, older veterans come in there. They just want to see the new guys, and they want to see these high-flying moves. And they're also the same type of fans that try to get chants going, and nobody else is chanting with them, so they look like a fucking asshole.
Yeah, I mean it's true. I could see where it comes from the newer fan. You know what I mean? Because I always tell people, man, I'm kind of unique and different from everybody else that's on the scene. especially now that everybody's trying to look like a wrestler and everybody's trying to do all that technical stuff and high flying. And trust me, I'm a fan of that. But I'm different in the aspect, you know what I mean? And I can, believe it or not, I can do that stuff. I mean, I can't high fly anymore, but I can do certain things, but I choose not to. And the reason why is because I've stuck to my guns for so long and it's worked. And every show, there has to be somebody different, you know?
Yeah. My next question, B-Boy, before we ask some questions that some folks tweeted us and they want us to ask, I want to ask you, it's actually two questions, but it's kind of different. First, who out there in SoCal that listeners probably never heard of that they should look out for, and who out there in the Indies, like basically in the U.S., like it doesn't matter where, that fans never heard of that they should look out for that you caught eye on that you like?
Okay, yeah. In Southern California, first and foremost, the guy that people need to look after for, or people need to just know who this dude is Tyler Bateman. First, that's one guy that he's under the radar right now. And what people don't understand is that Tyler's been around for like almost 10 years. But he's so humbled and so respectful that you think that he's only been around like 1 or 2 years. You know what I mean? But like he's definitely somebody that needs to get more bookings. He needs to go out more and he needs to do certain things. But like he's legit probably my favorite guy in Southern California, and behind that I would say, I mean, guys like I think like Famous B is awesome. I think B is he's a hybrid of a wrestler. There's guys like who else is there? I mean, there's like so many guys that I could think like it's escaping my mind right now. But I mean, B, I would say Tyler. Who else is another guy? Terex. I think Terex is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He's a big man. He's a fucking 400-pound man who could do a fucking moonsault, and his agility is amazing. Everything.
You know what's funny, B-Boy? He one time I said something to him, and he said something. I think he told me at a show that he said, "I'll fuck your mother" or some shit. Remember? Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that was cool. That was fun. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
Real quick, are you going to take a call?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll take a call, man.
We actually have a caller at 813 area code. 813, you're live on WrestlingHeads Radio. What's calling?
What's going on, fellas? This is Long Beach Kenny.
What's up, brother?
Big fan of B-Boy, guys. Huge fan. He's very much over with me.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Guy, I met you one time a long time ago. I know you've been around the business. You've been working for a long time. But, guys, the last time I saw him, he could not have been nicer. He was extremely polite, very respectful, and he even gave me extra peppers at Quiznos Subs when he was working behind the counter, this jobber.
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you guys something.
I've never worked at Quiznos in my life.
Listen, Quiznos, Firehouse Subs, guys, this guy's been jobbing so long he doesn't know the difference.
All right, that's enough.
Wow, good old trollers,
Fuck
right?
you, suck a dick.
good old whatchamacallit, good old trollers and shit like that. I was like, when he first started saying Quiznos and everything like that, I was just like, what?
Yeah, fucking bums, fucking want to call it some bullshit like that. Fucking don't waste your fucking time calling this fucking show with that bullshit.
Let me just say this to our listeners. If you guys really have a question, B-Boy, just call us up. Don't just fucking bullshit. Come on now.
Have some fucking respect for the fucking wrestlers, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
I think it's funny. Yeah, it's fine, dude. That shit don't bother me.
That shit pisses me off, though. I mean, they're disrespecting the show, you know. I don't like that shit, but it is what it is. But I want to actually, it's a question some friends of ours from the East Coast asked me to ask you. The guys from Shining Wizards.
I love those guys, yeah, man.
They said that does B-Boy still rock your Shining Wizards gear? We gave him and his wrestling Mount Rushmore.
His wrestling Mount Rushmore. I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure exactly what that means either.
I think I know.
Like Mount Rushmore, pick 4 guys that you think are the epitome of wrestling. Your Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Okay, I got you. Well, first and foremost, I want to give Shining Wizards my shout out real quick. I appreciate it. And yes, I do still rock their gear that they did send me, and I do it every time whenever I can. But my 4 Mount Rushmores, and would you say like nowadays, or would you say just overall in general on the independent scene? I think on the independent, on the independent scene, these are the 4 that I would say. I would say one is Christopher Daniels. I would say Homicide. I would say Samoa Joe, and I would also say a guy that doesn't get a lot of credit, and a lot of people forget about this guy. But I would also say a guy on the East Coast by the name of Reckless Youth. He was one guy that was very different. I mean, he wore jean shorts and a tank top, and he was going by the technician Tom Carter at the end of his career, and he doesn't get a lot of credit for stuff like that. But I would say definitely Christopher Daniels. I would say Joe. I would say Homicide, and I definitely would put Reckless Youth up there as well.
Definitely, man. I don't know if you want to do another one, or is that it?
Oh yeah, I could do another one. Yeah, you guys could which one are you talking about?
Mainstream guys.
Mainstream guys, like on TV?
Yeah.
Okay, on TV? Fuck, dude.
You can go back. You can go to Randy Savage. You can go to guys that are not even going anymore.
All right. Okay. Well, you got to put Hogan up there. He's definitely you got to put Hogan no matter what. You got to put him up there. You got to put Flair up there. Other guys that I would put up there that maybe don't get the respect I think they deserve. And another one is Steamboat. I would say Steamboat for sure, and I would say Jake Roberts, the Snake. I would say those 4, and all 4 for different reasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd say those 4. I mean, people might be like, what? And shit like that, but I'd definitely say that those 4 were those 4 are up there because they kind of, they were trendsetters. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I would say those
these guys. Without those guys, there wouldn't be some of the guys that we see today. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna have other guys go ahead and ask their last question before we let you go, B-Boy. So I'm gonna go with Tom and go to Oscar and then me.
All
right. Let me ask him a question because I feel like it's been a while since I asked him a question. Before I ask you a question, I just want to say Tyler Bateman, man, he's a good dude, and I actually thought he was going to take your title that one match you guys had. I was like, holy shit, we're going to see something shocking here, but you end up pulling it, so. Yeah, so it was a cool thing, though. Yeah, everybody should look at Tyler Bateman, everybody. Yeah, my next question I wanted to ask you that relates to PWG. It's just recently in the news, that AR Fox announced that he has an injury. He has to be out for 2 months, and he was scheduled to be in Bola. Is there a way, for skits, is there a way you can participate in the Bola, like be his replacement, so you can perform on Skits' birthday, which is Bola weekend? So I'm just doing this for his birthday weekend. He wants to see if you can somehow you can perform on his birthday weekend. You know what I'm saying?
I actually got word about Fox too, and it's very unfortunate. But I mean, things happen in wrestling, and I know he'll bounce back. It's a part of the game. You know what I mean? So shout out to Foxy Boy real quick, because things happen, man. You know what I mean? Things always happen and stuff like that, and I hope he gets a speedy recovery. Concerning Bola, I am in talks with PWG right now. I don't believe that. I really don't know if I'm going to be a participant in it, and I mean, maybe fans might be happy that I'm not going to be in it, but maybe fans might want me in it. I mean, the best thing I could possibly maybe say is, just, I don't know, throw my name out there. I don't fucking know. I hate asking for favors, but like one thing that I do want to say is because Willie's actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but you know, Willie got signed as well. And I think he reports pretty soon, and I am a person that won't step in somewhere if I feel like someone else deserves that spot, you know what I mean? And to me, if that spot was going to be taken, I would give it, and I would give it to Willie, because this might be his last, you know, PWG show at Bola. Yeah, you know what I mean? And
no,
with that being and like with that being said and everything like that, I mean, I would love to be a part of the tournament, but I would rather see Willie in it to get the send off and the proper send off that like he absolutely deserves. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. And let me ask you one more question. This is my final question I want to ask you. It relates to signing. It just seems like today WWE signing talent like crazy. You know, you're hearing all these rumors that this guy's going there, this guy's going there, she's going there. Do you think it'll hurt the business signing a lot of talent, like taking away talent? Like example, say they signed Adam Cole and not Kyle O'Reilly next year. Do you think it hurts PWG from bringing in, losing talent, or you think it helps PWG bringing more talent or giving talent a chance, like, say, example, JT Dunn, who hasn't participated in PWG, maybe he has a chance, or guys like Chris Dickinson from CCW. You think that might help them give him a chance, or you think it might hurt them just have him sign talent, you know, almost like every month?
Yeah, well, I think what it comes down to is I think the product right now and WWE and all that shit, I think they're smart. They know where the talent is right now. You know what I mean? And they see the talent that is on the independents, and I think that is a very good sign for young and aspiring wrestlers, and I think it's a very good sign where TV could be going, you know? I don't think it hurts at all for companies, because you also got to remember, man, like PWG is a hot commodity. It is the number one independent, you know, promotion out here. But at the same time, it's just an independent, you know? And everybody, you know what I mean? And everybody wants to be in PWG. Everybody that is in the independents wants to be a part of it. I know, like I saw JT at the last show, and he was chomping at the bit just to talk to Dragon. You know what I mean? And like I think that it's a good thing. Like I really, I like the idea, especially with Bola coming up. I like the idea of Dragon bringing in a bunch of new faces. I love the idea of that. The only thing is that there's not a lot of local guys that are on it. And it could just be because of, you know, the taste that PW is and maybe everything like that. But I don't see it hurting. You know what I mean? I'm a true believer in giving people opportunities. And if, you know, let's say if Kyle and Cole get signed and you know, all the named guys from certain promotions, I think it gives opportunities to people. You know, and then it's just like a never-ending cycle, you know?
You know, it's crazy, B-Boy. One of our friends, Toby, said in the next couple of years, WrestleMania doesn't look like a PWG event. So just on the main stage.
Well, you know, I really highly doubt that, you know, the brass of the Fed would have that crazy type feel that a PWG. They wouldn't allow that type of they wouldn't allow that type of a match to happen.
I think what you're meant by is the talent.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is. You could say that, but at the same time, people that could talk, they sell tickets too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So I think to be honest, like, I really truly believe that, like, to answer your question, I just think it's opportunities, man. When people leave or people get signed, they have the opportunity to make more money. They have the opportunity to be on TV, which gives the opportunity to aspiring wrestlers to be in certain promotions, which also gives opportunities for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you on that. Like, when someone gets signed, if they want to get signed with a WWE, I don't judge them. I just say, hey, go for it. You know, you want to make money, go for it. Like Drake Younger, he's a referee. You want to do that, go for it. You know, I respect you got to do. You got kids and you got a wife. I understand. You know, so hopefully if he wants to come back in the ring instead of wearing a referee shirt, go for it. I'm up for it. But if he wants to be a referee, I'm up for it too. I understand. So And even anybody, even if they sign you for some reason, go for it. You know, I'll just say, I'll just remember you how you did in CCW and PWG. You know, if you gotta go, you gotta go. That's how it is. That's how life is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's how it is. I'm gonna pass it to Tom. I don't know if he has a final question. So,
yeah, I got one final question. You know, you've been in SoCal wrestling for, you know, over a decade now. What have you seen the most over the past 10 years? Do you think there's been a huge transition, big transformation? What have you seen in Southern California wrestling in your eyes?
In my eyes, I see it as it was before. That I see a bunch of hungry guys that are trying to prove themselves, that are trying to get noticed, you know what I mean, that are trying to have all these matches and be consistent. And I see for what I see with these guys right now is what I was going through, because I was one of these guys. There is more talent and more athleticism that's going on with independence just in general. That's one transition that I'm seeing, is that a lot of people are very athletic. A lot of people are very, it's easier to transition into wrestling now, you know? I truly believe that other people, and how can I explain it? I mean, SoCal and independence in general is always going to be the same. It's just going to be like a never-ending cycle. But, like, to answer your question, I really believe that it's just the hunger, you know what I mean? And not just SoCal, but just in independence in general, that people just want to be seen. You know, they want to be noticed. They want to do everything in their power just to, you know, be acknowledged. And that's what's happening in SoCal right now, too. And just, I mean, I know it's happening in the Midwest, it's happening on the East Coast, it's happening overseas. I mean, it's a never-ending cycle when it comes down to it. Wrestling is always going to be the same. There might be some transitions here and there, but wrestling is actually really quite simple, because it's like a never-ending cycle that always keeps going round and round. That's it, you know?
Yeah. We will actually have a SoCal wrestler that actually wants to ask you a question that's been on hold for a while. He's actually a former PWG champ and a former AWS champion. We got the Human Tornado. He's live on WH Radio. Human Tornado, what's going on? Tornado, you're on air.
Really?
You're on air.
D-What?
What up, son?
What's cracking?
You know, I'm just chilling, son.
That's cool. We're doing a three-way conversation through a radio program. I like it.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of awkwardly, but it's like, and I'm kind of turned on about it. It's kind of weird.
No, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? We just got these grown-ass men listening to two other grown-ass men talk about, you know, wrestling and shit. It's great.
which is some grown ass shit.
Yeah,
Right.
this is all grown shit right now, I guess. Yeah, but my question to B-Boy is, when are you going to talk to Bart about getting me a light heavyweight title shot?
You know what? Why you got to do that, bro? You know what I say is like I just say you just take the light heavyweight title and run. That's what I say. I say don't even wrestle. I say, I just say you don't even wrestle. Just grab it and go, bro.
Huh. So almost like what's that one guy? Set It Off. You know, with the poor girls. You know, St. Queen Latifah and all them.
Oh yeah.
So basically, just take it like he was like going to rob a bank or some shit, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't see why not. There's not a problem with that.
Okay, when I take it, right? When I take the belt, should I put it like on a mantle or something? Should I put it on a chair or like a desk or something?
You know what I should? I think you should put it on your computer desk, or maybe you put it like next to your phone, and then definitely take a bunch of selfies with it.
Should I take a butt ass naked selfie, or should I wear like winter clothes?
You know, I think when it comes down to selfies, you got.
Well, y'all ain't got no good questions.
So, Tornado, you're always slowing the show down. What's going on, man?
I just want my light heavyweight title shot. That's all. And I just want to say,
I'm gonna put it like this.
Yeah.
This is what's gonna happen. B-Boy don't have to do this. We the fans. We gonna demand that you get a title shot. So we gonna go to Bart on Friday. We gonna go to Bart on Friday. We want to say we want to see you and Tornado take that title from Ridiculoso. So we gonna set it off. Don't worry. Let us set the shit off.
You got your back, Tornado. You got your back.
We'll set it off for sure. And then after you win the title, we'll bring you on here for an interview.
And then I'm gonna call and be like, "Yo, did you take that butt naked picture?"
I'll probably just have the winter clothes on because I normally wear in winter clothes anyway. So yeah, it'd be rather warm. all that gold on my naked ass body, that's cold game.
Well, you also know that title's bigger than you anyway, bro. So it's gonna be
true story. That's why I'm going after it, so I can have a friend to sleep with that night. Now I probably won't actually sleep with it, but you know what I'm saying, it'd be a nice look though to get the light heavyweight title around the Tornado's waist. And then, you know what I'm saying, B-Boy has the AWS title, right? So that'd be a good look, you know what I'm saying, as a tag team. That's what I'd say, because you already got Willie Mack, so you got, like, you know what I'm saying, a quarter of myself, you know what I'm saying, and Willie Mack.
Hey, we can make this happen. But ladies and gentlemen, this Friday, AWS Santino Rose joint show. Be there. If you don't be there, I don't know what the hell to say. You got my boy B-Boy going against Chaos for the AWS title, and hopefully we'll see you turn it up in there, and maybe he can attack somebody for that title shot, and we can get this going on. But I want to thank both you gentlemen for calling in, especially my boy B-Boy, and we're going to definitely party at the after party at AWS.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, man.
Shout out to Captain Comic-Con, by the way.
Oh yeah. Here too.
Hey,
after party here. It was Captain Comic-Con.
After party Friday, guys.
Yeah, man.
I always find my way in somehow.
All right, y'all.
All right. Peace.
I think you guys.
B-Boy, before we let you go, you want to throw out your Twitter, Facebook, or whatnot for the fans?
Well, I mean, for anybody, the Twitter handle is New Age Punisher, all one word. I'm running out of shirts, and I'll be bringing shirts to AWS. It's the one the look at the flowers one with my mask and me holding a gun. Those are the ones that I have left. And if you guys get if you guys want to buy it, please do, so I can start buying new batches for next month. And other than that, man, just keep supporting all the independents and shit like that, dude. I ain't gonna give them my Facebook, man. That's kind of private.
All right, B.
All right, guys.
B-Boy.
Take care, man.
See you this weekend, man. See you
all right,
this weekend,
buddy.
dude. Take care, man.
All right. Later.
That was B-Boy, New Age Punisher B-Boy. Make sure you check him out this Friday, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the SoCal area, him and Chaos for the AWS title.
Yeah, man. It was that was a good one. That was a good one. I'll tell you that right now. And fucking Human Tornado is one crazy bastard, man.
He's probably the funniest wrestler I know, but fuck the Clippers at the end of the day, and I know he's listening. So, let's take a break, and we're gonna talk some wrestling. Right back.
Definitely.
What's up, everybody? This is the New Age Punisher B-Boy, and you're listening to WrestlingHeads Radio.
Four Corners Radio is the home for the best professional wrestling and independent wrestling, discussions and coverage. Billy, Ant, Martin, and Sam bring you three of the best podcasts every week. The Four Corners Raw Roundtable, the Indie Project, and the Saturday Freestyle. Along with the podcast, FourCornersWrestling.com is designed with all wrestling fans in mind. Feature articles, videos, the weekly shows, and much more. Four Corners and Wrestling Heads are teaming up to bring you wrestling's next revolution. Are you ready?
Welcome back to WH Radio. You guys skits. I'm here with Oscar and Tom. What is going on, guys? You guys ready to shoot or what?
Let's shoot. You know what?
You
know what? I want to say a couple of things about the internet rumors I want to shoot on. First of all, I don't know what I'm hearing about this. Supposedly CM Punk might get sued. I don't buy that at all. I mean, okay, first of all, if WWE's pissed off at him, why the fuck would they want to? Why the fuck they fucking promote his shit, his show on right before his contract ended? I don't think he has no problem. And why AJ still employed? And why AJ is carrying the Divas title? I don't buy that at all.
What the fuck AJ does?
No, No, I'm saying because they're in a real life relationship. WWE has something against CM Punk. Hello?
That would be discrimination.
Yeah.
That would be discrimination. Huh?
I mean, they discriminate before.
Honestly, bro, I have no comment on CM Punk. I'm gonna let Tom go ahead with that one. Fuck CM Punk right now. I'm sorry.
CM who? CM who? It sounds familiar, but doesn't ring a bell. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be anything. It's not going to be anything big.
Phil Brooks is funny, though, by the way.
But anyways, what do you guys want to talk about? Some fucking New Japan, which I just saw a great-ass show. I just saw the first night only. I need to see the second one, but it was a good-ass show.
G1 Cilmax was fucking dope. Tom, did you watch the G1 Cilmax? Tom, you there?
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
I thought it was a great way to start up the show, you know. And I like what they're doing this year with the G1 Climax, how they're spreading it out more. You know, it's not condensed into 9 nights in a row, and you're like scrambling to watch all of them. You know, it's spread out more. You have some time to catch up on some shows. But I thought night one was awesome. I thought the AJ Styles Kazuchika Okada match was way better than the first one that they had. Way better.
Man.
This is the match I wanted to see between them. You know what I mean?
Shit was great. It was gold.
And then, of course, you know, in that show, you know, of course, Nakamura and Shibata had a phenomenal match.
Hey, Shibata's a fucking beast. This dude's been a beast. Like, I don't know. I think people have been sleeping on the guy. I think he should get a little push over there in New Japan. The guy's very talented. I know a lot of people have talked about Nakamura, Tanahashi, and Okada a lot, but Shibata, this guy is fucking phenomenal, just like the man AJ Styles. I just said phenomenal, and I just said AJ Styles after. But that match probably was my favorite match at the G1 Climax, Shibata and Nakamura. Tanahashi, you know, he's a beast. I was surprised, though, at some guys catching L's, though.
Yeah, there was a lot of guys kind of surprised me, and like the last one you said, and I was actually surprised Shelton Benjamin beat Doc. because lately, maybe this is the first time I haven't seen. Sorry, is this the first time in New Japan that it doesn't seem like the Bullet Club took over? And I was expecting another show like, okay, Bullet Club's gonna take over again, and it didn't go that way at all.
I want to say only one Bullet Club member won.
Yeah, it was one. It was I believe it was just Fale. That's it.
No, it was actually two. It was two.
Who's
it
the
was
second
two.
one? I swear to God, I think it was only Fale, no?
No, it was two. Let me pull up the results. It was two. What's my boy's name? I'm not gonna lie. Don't know how to pronounce his name. Dude that got drop kicked by Okada in the AJ Styles match. If anybody can say if someone can say his name, I know it's Tom.
Which the Japanese guy in Bullet Club?
Yeah, what's his name?
Yujihiro Takahashi.
Yeah, he actually won a match, which that was a pretty good match too.
Yeah, against NATO. I thought that was a good match.
I was shocked.
And then
so I'm
predicting.
Took that.
Yeah, I'm predicting right now. The G1 Climax lost Kota Ibushi due to injury, and he was replaced by Tomoki Hanma. And Hanma actually faced Tanahashi on the first night, had a great match with him. And you know what? I think he's going to be the dark horse in this whole tournament. I think he's going to put on some great matches. I think he's going to be like Ishii from last year's G1 Climax, where he just puts on some great matches. And, I don't know too much about the guy, but, watching his first match against Tanahashi is going to make me pay attention.
Yeah. I actually have the matches for G1 Climax Day 3 up here, if you guys want to hear those.
Go ahead.
Okay, you got Lance Archer going against Carl Anderson. You got Honma versus Doc. Excuse my Japanese pronouncement, people. I'm trying. You got Tenza versus Takayasha. I'm probably said it wrong, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Chris is probably laughing at you right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. Having a good time with that. My boy Ishii, fucking beast, going against Shelton Benjamin. Nato going against Yano. Shibata going against Davey Boy Smith Jr. Nagata versus Fale. You got Goto versus I'm pretty sure everybody named Mom is laughing at the shit. It's not just and you guys are just sitting back there and just enjoying it. It's not even helping me.
See, we need Chris. Chris is the Japanese pronunciation extraordinaire.
Yeah. You got Goto going against Shizuka. Hey, the shit's wrong, but it's on WrestlingHeads.com, people, if you want to take a look. At the block. So you got Block V and Block A. You got other matches. Okada's actually on the card too. He'll be going against
Tenzan.
Makabe. See, I'm fucking wrong. You see? I tried. I'm trying over here. Tanahashi versus Kojima. That's just probably wrong. But WrestlingHeads.com, people, go check out the matches for Day 3. And just to let you guys know, when Day 3 is, Day 3, the date is on the 25th. So go use Stream or be smart like me and wait until it's over and watch the next day on fucking Daily Motion. So I haven't got the day 2 yet. But we can give out results.
Me neither.
So.
Me neither. It seems like I probably won't get to day 2 until Sunday. We got those shows we're going to, so I'm like, damn.
You guys go tomorrow?
Yeah. What's going on tomorrow? Work, and I had to do other things, so.
But NXT and TNA tomorrow. We gotta watch some fucking.
We all know what happened on TNA. We all probably know what happened. Well, actually, we all probably know what happened in NXT anyways. We got spoiled anyways.
But
all right. So, moving on. What should we talk about next? What is there to shoot on?
Shoot on. What is to shoot on?
Should we start talking about what we were discussing earlier, PWG 11 this weekend?
You know, before we did, there's somebody that I told them that I was going to call when we do our predictions on PWG. He's actually works for PWG, takes photos for PWG, Devin Shin. I'm pretty sure you've seen all his beautiful work. You know who Devin is, right? Or you've seen his work, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to give him a call in a few minutes. But go ahead, Tom.
You know what? I got something to shit on. You guys saw that TNA photo of that fucking attendance?
Oh my God.
Don't let me start.
When would TNA learn that going to Kentucky and going to a baseball field is not going to work? There was less fans in that photo than earlier in the year when they put out the first photo.
And less than Mount Glory.
In this photo, there honestly looked like there was like 50 people.
This looked like one of this basically looked like an independent show that just came out. And
it looked like one of those independent shows where, nobody. Like it's one of the local independent shows, and it's like 50 people there. That's what it looked like. And you know what? I'm not knocking TNA because they've been doing some good stuff over the past couple weeks. Of course, with their New York tapings, they've appeared to step up their game, but when you see stuff like this, it's just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, believe it or not, we have 7 minutes. That was a long interview with B-Boy. Wasn't expected to be longer, but hey, shout out to B-Boy once again. I think we should go ahead and...
Hold on. We really do got 7 minutes?
We really have 7 minutes.
What? Are we saying the show early or something?
No. That's what it says there. We started at 8:30.
Unless my clock is wrong, I thought it's going to be 10 o'clock pretty soon.
Definitely going to be 10 o'clock. So, but for some reason, it says 6 minutes on air.
What? Boo.
That's weird.
What the hell?
We usually go to, what? We usually go to 10:30 your time, 1:30 my time.
Yeah, it usually does. I don't know what's going on today.
All right, I guess. What the fuck?
We can always go overtime.
What's up? But anyways.
Yeah, we could go overtime, but you want to start doing our PWG predictions while we're still on air?
Yeah, we might as well.
All right.
I'll tell you the matches. I already put them up. So we got Chris Hero going against Kyle O'Reilly for the PWG World Title.
I'm sticking with Mr. Kyle O'Reilly. I think it's going to be a good match, but I don't think they're planning on taking the strap off of him just yet.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I don't think lose the strap. Riley ain't gonna lose the strap anytime soon. So yeah, no way.
All right, we got Adam Cole against Roderick Strong versus Johnny Gargano, number 1 contenders matchup. For some reason, I'm going Adam Cole again. It's going to be a good match.
You know what? I'm going to go with the dark horse, and I believe Roderick Strong is going to get the victory.
I swear I was leaning towards him, but I don't see it happening.
You know what? I was going to say the same thing with Tom said. For some reason, I'm going Roderick Strong. I don't think they're going to...
Roderick's been on fire.
Yeah, he's been on fire, but I just don't think they're going to put Cole back in the world title scene yet. Maybe the show after that one, but I just don't see it happening. So I'm going Strong as well.
All right. Cedric Alexander versus ACH, and I am going with ACH. He's been on fire in Ring of Honor, but hey, we just put Bruce on. He's on, so Bruce, we got 3 minutes for some reason. I don't know why, but
ACH, Roderick Strong. There you go.
Okay. And Kyle O'Reilly, right?
Kyle O'Reilly. Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Rocky Romero versus Tommaso Ciampa.
Ciampa. I'm gonna take Ciampa, and also I'm gonna take ACH.
I'm gonna take Ciampa.
Yep, we're all gonna niet that motherfucker. Niet.
Yeah, Ciampa.
Niet.
Frankie Kazarian versus Brian Kendrick. I'm going Frankie Kazarian.
Yep,
Kazarian.
Kazarian too.
Yep.
And the last match, Trevor Lee versus Kevin Steen. I am going for Trevor Lee.
Trevor Lee,
of course.
I'm going to say Trevor Lee.
Bye, Steen.
Pretty much.
And I think you missed I think you missed the Bucks versus the World's Cutest Tag.
I missed the Best Friends versus the Unfucking Breakable Machines. I'm gonna go
on that one.
I'm gonna go Best Friends.
I'm gonna go Unbreakable on that one. I'm gonna do Machines.
Yeah, because I don't see. Because I'm going for the World's Cutest Tag Team to walk out PWG Tag Champs, and if they do that, I don't want to see them and Friends again. We just saw them recently, so that's why I'm assuming that this was gonna happen.
Yep, I'm thinking exactly the same way like Oscar. I see World's Cutest Tag Team going over also.
Yeah, and they're winning tag belts everywhere too, so might as well
I'm on Joey and Candice too, so surprisingly.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
you know what's
World
funny,
Cutest
guys?
Tag
I'm
Team.
still gonna cheer for the Bucks. I'm still cheering for the Bucks though.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's
for the
full
Bucks,
circle.
Hey, I will be the person that would say, "Let's go, Young Bucks," so everybody can say, "Fuck the Young Bucks." I love that chat. Best chat in professional wrestling today. By the way, I don't know what happened with our time. I know we started at 8:30, and I could have sworn I put. I probably put 2 hours in the show, not knowing, but it is what it is. We did finish the show. Still was a good show, and we are going overtime, ladies and gentlemen. So we actually have 1 minute left here on the show.
Hold on, before we go overtime, I just want to let us know, go on our YouTube page, subscribe us at YouTube, youtube.com/WrestlingHeads. Later on tonight, the Josh Alexander interview we had with early in the year is going to be up there, so check that out and check the other ones too, and go do that. Subscribe us, please.
Also on WrestlingHeads.com. Make sure you guys stay tuned with everything that's going with the G1 Cilmax24. Our boy ROH Code Chris has got everything going on. Is keeping us up to date with what's going on with everything there. So yeah, and we're at Wrestling Heads. I'm at WH Skits. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Follow me at Sinister637. It's me, Oscar.
Follow me at To Tweet Me.
All right. Follow me on Bruce Kraft Jr., Kraft spelled with a K, on every social platform.
And ladies and gentlemen, this extra minutes that you guys won't hear, you guys can hear later on YouTube. Peace. Overtime, bitches. And we're still on air, but not on air.
You know what? Blog Talk Radio just buried us.
Yeah, it is what it is. But I think I fucked up by putting 2 hours instead of a half hour. So, but it is. We had a beautiful fucking interview with B-Boy still, and I think Yuma Tornado, he loves us because he always calls. Him and Captain Comic Con. We're starting.
Yeah.
I think I'm not going to put him on next week or the week after that or the week after that. So.
Or the week after that.
Or the week after that.
You know what?
Fuck it, just put him on every week. Just fuck it.
It's the human tornado, goddammit.
Human Tornado's got to sit back and let the other guy shine.
Yeah. At first when he
shout out
called,
to Human Tornado, by the way. That's the homie.
Yeah, shout out to Human Tornado. But at first I thought he called in, he wanted to I thought we were going to do like an AWS storyline on WrestlingHeads Radio, like he's going to challenge him or something for the title. That's what I thought. Like, remember when we had remember last year we had Peter Avalon and Candice LeRae on. Remember Peter called in when we had Candice on and talked about their match. That was classic.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I thought
that's what Human Tornado was trying to do to B-Boy, like an AWS storyline on WH Radio.
Fucking Oscar.
Yeah, I don't know if you got, but I picked Machines and Cutest Tag Team for PWG Elven.
Yeah.
Who's champ right now?
Me.
All right. I think I'm going this weekend.
What?
Hey, we'll see you.
Yeah, well, I guess my girl wants some space because I guess she got into a fight with me or something. So now I'm like, okay, well, it's my boy's birthday on Friday, so I figure I'd take him down to the show and pay for his ticket. So perfect. So it's going to be the two of us heading down to PWG.
For those that are listening, Bruce is having issues with his girlfriend.
There you go.
Yeah,
I can't take over the world and be the ladies' man without problems.
Well, we got to say something to Tom here. Tom, I know you're not going to be there at 11, so just go on Twitter. Look
I'm going to be checking Twitter.
Yeah, just read our Twitter. Look at our Twitters. You never know who's going to be in the house. Fuck it, CM Punk could be there. You never know.
And there you go again.
Stone Cold or
guy
True Blood?
has been mentioned. That CM guy has been mentioned again.
Okay, what you got against CM Punk now? What you got against him now?
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna. He's not.
We're just tired of hearing about him. Like,
CM Punk.
he's not in the ring. He's not in the ring right now. Like, let him live his life. Fuck.
But CM Punk's just not for the shit of it. Just gonna show up, and be like, well, let me drive down or let me fly to LA and see what the fuck is going on. Stone Cold has a better chance of doing that. He lives in LA.
Remember William Regal showed up?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was some crazy shit, and it turned out to be like the pay-per-view of the year or show of the year.
Yeah,
something like that.
Everyone's trying to kill themselves just to get a WWE tryout.
Conan actually showed up last show.
Yeah, he actually hit me up. Conan, but he actually hit me up. He actually hit me up earlier this week. I asked him if he was gonna beat on Saturday. He said nah. But he told me to check out the 3 for Odd tapings they're having in here in LA.
I kind of wish we could talk more wrestling, to be honest with you. It's a Ring of Honor. They're having a big show.
Oscar, did you ever get anywhere with having Conan come on the show?
Well, Conan had his own show.
No, I know that, but did you ever get anywhere with asking him to join on WrestlingHeads Radio?
No, I never asked him that. I don't know if he will, to be honest with you.
I thought you did. I thought you had asked him, or Skits asked him, like, a couple months back.
Nah. And by the way, why would he come on our show? I mean,
what was the question?
Like the best podcast. What? I don't know why he would come to our show if his show is like the biggest show. Is bigger than Talk is Jericho and Stone Cold show. They have more downloads than them.
I don't know, just a way to get back.
By the way, I was gonna surprise you, Bruce, because Devin was supposed to be on the show today.
Yep, he was gonna bring Devin on the show,
but we got ran out of time, so I didn't get to call him.
Call him up.
You fucked up.
You can't call. We're definitely off air. That's why we're like basically talking. Only the people that are gonna listen to us talk about bullshit right now are listening.
If my phone call drops, can you guys call me back?
We can't.
If my call drops.
Yeah, we're like off air. We're off air. Like I can't call nobody. I can't take calls. Nothing. So back to talking about wrestling. What match do you think is gonna be the match of the night, guys?
From the G1?
Not G1. PWG.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay. What's going to be match of the night? Fuck. I'm going for Guerrilla Warfare.
Yeah, I was thinking Guerrilla Warfare. Trevor Lee, Kevin Steen is going to be fucking awesome.
Trevor Lee's the kid that people need to look out for.
Yeah, and then him going over Steen, that would be fucking sweet. And young in his PWG career, that would be fucking sweet from him.
I'm curious as what they're gonna do because I know Joey and the Bucks can do guerrilla warfare matches, but what are they gonna do with Candice? Like, is she gonna go through some tables?
Candice about to get her ass whooped. I've seen Candice get her fucking dick slapped in her face by Adam Cole, so it's possible she'll get her ass whooped. She's getting fucked up, bro. The Bucks are gonna sweet shit. They're gonna fucking do some super kicks on her. She's got to get that ass whooped, bro. Believe it or not. Hey,
when was the last guerrilla warfare match? PWG 10.
What was the last one?
Yeah, wasn't it 10 between Cole,
Drake Younger, and Kevin Steen? And I think it was Drake Younger and Kevin Steen.
Drake Younger, Kevin Steen, and Adam Cole in that triple threat match.
Yeah.
So it's been exactly 1 year. It's been exactly 1 year.
This time the Bucks are in.
Yeah,
man.
So, not getting overtime, man.
Well, before they cut us off, I think we should just get off now because they might just cut us off like in 2 seconds. Might as well just end the show.
True.
Again, follow us, WrestlingHeads. I am Skits. That is Tom. That is Oscar. We'll be back on Monday. Pretty sure we'll be talking about PWG and we'll have reviews and that on the website. Probably maybe a preview coming up by ROH Code himself. He got some shit coming out. Look out for his shit. Look out for my shit coming soon. Tom, I hope he has some shit coming soon. And I know Oscar's got his match of the week.
Yep.
So, yeah. Because I'm down.
Cool. That's
Hashtag WH Radio, hashtag WrestlingHeads. And if you want to fucking call again and prank call the show, I have 4 words for you.
Fuck you, suck a dick.
And we're out.
We should meet out.
What you say?
No, I was going to say, shout out to Wizard Podcast. Those guys have been retweeting our shit, so.
Shout out to Shining Wizards. Shout out to the Weekly Wrestling Podcast, by the way.
Shout out to Weekly Wrestling Podcast. Shout out to every podcast.
Shout out to 4CR. Shout out to 4CR. Shout out to Wrestling Hills, too. Shout out to them. So, everybody does wrestling. Anybody does a podcast show. Everybody that's fucking covers wrestling. Shout out to all you guys.
Are you going to shout out to the Sean Spence?
We're out.